Good Sunday afternoon, guys. Okay, now I know Stacy from Lawn Commander. I know Stacy, you wanted to come out here and have a competition with me weed eating this hill. I'll call you, but I want to do that when I get the battery operated combi. Then I'll call you when I go to weed eat this again, because it'll get that long again. But for now, I'm going to take it down, and when I get that combi with the trimmer attachment, Stacy, I'll call you over with your STIHL. I think you're running. I'm not sure, maybe a 94. I don't know, but we'll get together and do this hill. It'll get long again. For now, we're going to go show you guys how to string a trimmer. A lot of people have been asking me about stringing trimmers, how you do it. So I'm gonna, and not like every day in a video, it's like over the last couple of years. So while I'm getting ready to do this and trim all that down, I might as well show you guys how to string a trimmer. I know most people do, but there are people out there that don't. I use the STIHL auto cut. I'll explain to you why I don't go to a speed feed. I've done the experiment, and over one season, even over half a season, it doesn't save any money. It actually wastes money in my opinion, but until you try that experiment for a long period of time, you're not going to know. But I use the STIHL auto cut. I'm not going to change over to the speed feed. I did that experiment. To me, the speed feed doesn't hold as much string. If it held the exact same amount of string, it would probably benefit me to go to a speed feed head. But the time you save on the job with that speed feed head doesn't compare to how much more string and how much longer you can weed eat over time in a season. Even heck, in a month or two, you'll change your speed feed probably 2 to 3 times to my one. But I did a video on that, and people thought I was silly and still wanted me to go to speed feed. But everybody says they can get 3 arms length for their speed feeds. I don't know. That's what I'm going by. I can get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I can get 6 in mine. I'd say that's for somebody who's new at using the auto cut. Now I can push it and get 7 if I want, and we'll see if I can, but that's if you know how to spool these. But I don't have my cutters with me, so I'm gonna go cut this line real quick. Now, for those of you who don't know how to spool this, there's your top of your spool right here, and you see a little hole in there. So you will stick it into that hole just like that, right? Now, some would think you just wrap it this way and you're good, right? No, that's not how you do it. So you see the top there, and if you do wrap it like that, when you weed eat, it will probably coil back into your thing when you go to side. So what you do is you stick it in right there and you go backwards, bend it backwards, and then just evenly wrap it around. It's not any science, just go back and forth so you're getting all in there. And the key would be, we'll see if I can get that 7 handfuls in here that I cut out. See, not many of you. So you see why we want to open up a market out here? So that's one side. And if you guys already know how to do this, you can skip forward to the video about 1.5 minutes, and I'm going to be weed eating that hill out there. I just wanted to show people, for people who don't know how, and you can do it fast. Just don't try to speed, because I've found if you try to rush, you end up losing time. Just lightly spin it in there like that. Get everything in there good. And I suggest, if you're new to the speed feed, I mean not speed feed. So if you're new to coiling this, I would only push doing about 6 lengths on your trimmer. I mean on your arms, because that's a full spool right there. But so then obviously, if you know, just you stick it in here like this. Very simple. You set it so it sets down inside there, and then you'll just take this one out of the groove there. And I understand some people don't like to mess with this, because when you mess up once, it can be frustrating. Add another minute or two to your time. But I always took that as it's time to take a break. Can't always be in a hurry in life. But there you go. So I got 7 arm lengths of string in there, and I'm thinking that's almost 30 something feet. So guys, what I'm trimming with is, if you want to know, the FS94R. Out of all the trimmers I've had the 91, I had the 131, I had the 111. The worst trimmer I've ever owned in 12 years. And I'm gonna go to battery as soon as we can do that. So I'm gonna start weed eating with this. I'm gonna start from right here. I'm not gonna put cones out, because most of it I'm gonna hopefully do from the top. No, I'm gonna be at the bottom, but I'm gonna have my ladder set up right here so everybody will be able to see that, so they'll notice what I'm doing. But I need to get that cleaned up and this garden area cleaned up. So every time a car comes, I stop. But you guys seen how fast I did that? It's about technique. That is the fastest way I've found on doing hills, any type of hill that you got to weed eat. If you do it like that, if you notice, I was going backwards first, hitting, and a lot of people don't like to go backwards. You can do the same thing forward. Take off a little bit at a time, go all the way down the hill, and then come back. But how much string do you think it'll take me to You see how big this hill is. To do all this, what I've done so far, and you've seen I've re-spooled it. I'm gonna set you guys up on this side of the road to get me cleaning up that bottom half and getting as high as I can on the top from the bottom. And I don't have cones or anything because I stop every time I see a car coming that way. And the ladder's in the way, so people slow down because they see me recording. I'm gonna stick the ladder on this side though, and we are gonna weed eat all of that bottom half again down because I want it to look really nice. And the lower I get it, so as you can see, I got all the bottom half done. I'll have to check my time, guys. There's a method. You can't have your string out past the guard if you're going to do it that way. It's faster to be with a shorter string and do smaller strokes with the weed eater off the grass, not trying to take too much off at once. And it works really, really fast doing it that way. And I'll show you how much string I use. I don't know how much string I use, but you guys guess. How much of that spool do you think I used at the end of this video when I'm done weed eating all this? Did I use a quarter of the spool, half the spool that I spooled on, all of the spool, or more than a whole spool? Let me know in the comments, and in a couple days, I'll put the answer to the thing and see who gets it right. I'm gonna say, no, I'm not gonna say. I know how much I'll use. Okay, guys, I think we have a storm coming. By the way, the beast has a flat tire. It's close. I don't think we're gonna get it, but I need to get this hill done before we get this storm, so I'm gonna come out here. I'm gonna come out here and finish this real quick. Maybe we'll get some lightning on camera. So there you guys go. I didn't just like weed eat it to knock it down. I weed eated this hill to like really make it look good. So I'm gonna take you guys down here and set you up in the corner to get the rest of this. Okay, as you guys see, I'm done that. In my opinion, the key to getting weed eating tall stuff fast, you start up at the top. Go forward over it all once. It'll scare anything out. And then you come back over it backwards. If you're not afraid to get a little dirty. If you're not afraid to get a little dirty, you go over it backwards. And remember, you can't have a 1.5 foot long string, just enough at the tip of the guard. because the head spins faster and doesn't bog down in the grass. That's what I tend to find out. Phone's gonna die. I'm gonna come out here, finish off with the butterfly garden. You guys, thanks for watching. Hopefully you learned how to spool a trimmer line. When you put it in a top hole, you do the same thing on the bottom. Start with the top first. Like I said, it took me 58 minutes to do it all. That wasn't too bad. Gnats are crazy out here. So hopefully you guys liked that video. Hopefully you learned how to spool the spool. If you watched it to the end, you got bonus by seeing all the weed eating of the hill. But guys, thanks for watching. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. And remember, be happy, or at least try. Have a good night.